Now that spring is here, Crystal and New Hope are stepping up efforts to maintain water quality in the Bassett Creek Watershed.
According to city officials, one of the prime polluters is Canadian geese. Delane Cleveland shows us how these cities are trying to keep geese in check.
Minnesota's bodies of water provide picturesque scenery and valuable resources for all walks of life. Keeping those bodies of water clean is a difficult yet important task.
I do believe that the water restoration in the area around the ponds needs to be done. And
Crystal Mayor Jim Adams is referring specifically to Winnetka Pond. It's officially in the city of New Hope, but habitat management is a shared responsibility between the two cities. And Crystal officials say it's in need of attention.
In some places it's actually as shallow as 1 foot deep because the sediment has filled in, and so there's a project this summer to dredge it to a depth of 6 feet all the way across the pond.
However, there's one other issue they need to consider.
Crystal City officials say there are a number of geese that congregate around Winnetka Pond. They can be a nuisance to residents, but their presence can also damage the water quality.
So geese are what you may refer to as prolific poopers.
Crystal Council member Jeff Kolb says each goose produces up to 4 pounds of fecal droppings per day.
And unfortunately that waste has a big impact on water quality. There are some bacteria in that waste and things that can really contaminate the water.
To combat the problem, the cities began a process in 2013 called egg addling, where an animal control officer dips goose eggs in corn oil, which prevents them from hatching.
Which is not something that makes people feel good when they hear about it, but when you look at it in the context of the impact that I would say outsized impact that geese have on the water quality, it's a fairly common and fairly humane way of managing geese population.
If you talk to Mayor Adams,
pretty much the addling for me is a no-go.
He doesn't quite share the same sentiment.
If you're going to take it and personify it, you know, it could be akin to abortion.
Yet despite the mayor's feelings on the issue, he says it's likely that's the plan the cities will use to manage the geese population.
I think there's support to go forward with it. I think when you weigh all the options, and the water quality impact is fairly significant.
In New Hope, Delane Cleveland, CCX News.
Egg addling occurs within 14 days after geese lay their eggs. The city must obtain permits from the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service and Minnesota DNR to use the treatment at Winnetka Pond.